The art of avoiding responsibility may seem like a clever escape from your flaws, which is often masked by the fears of judgment. But until you are ready to acknowledge your imperfections, to confront the uncomfortable truths of those responsibilities, and to stand with integrity, you will not be able to truly grow and evolve. Hi, I'm Motherly Sage, your decision coach and mentor. You see, I help people find clarity to make those hard and tough decisions which drains and stagnates their energy. And if you are at a crossroad and you need some clarity, then book a coaching session with me. And in less than 2 hours, I will help you go from uncertainty, doubt, and stuck to confident, sure, and energized to make the decision that moves your life forward. Now, welcome to Dvn Bluprnt, where we help you to empower your power of choice as you awaken the divine design in you. Now, if you're not new, then welcome back. And don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe to help others on their healing journey to regain back their power. Now, if you need some clarity on what is draining your energy and causing you to avoid responsibility, then here is your energetic choice: judgment. Now, you see, judgment original meaning is the capacity to make a decision. And judgment originates from the word judge, to form an opinion, to inflict penalty, to punish. So ask yourself, what opinions does your judgments reflect and why? Now, you see, judgment is a shadow energy that is stored in the spleen, which is the masculine side of the solar plexus chakra. And chakras are spiritual energy centers of power that are stored throughout your body. And these centers manage and maintain your force of expression based on your thoughts, your emotions, and your behaviors. Now, a great way to understand how you are using your force of expression, your energy, is through human design. And you can get a free human design blueprint online. Now, if you're interested in learning the foundation and how it affects your power of choice, then you can check out our upcoming workshops by either scanning on the QR code, or the link is in the description box. Now, the spleen holds the energy of your intuitive insight to physically act, to respond, as well as shame or blame. And when you are not aware of how you are using this shadow energy, you will use your power of choice to make decisions and take actions that are based on opinions that penalize and punish yourself and punish others, instead of having integrity and being responsible, so that you don't blame others and you don't blame yourself. So this is a great time to reflect and get clarity on who, on what, or how you are judging to avoid responsibility, and to start healing your spleen to use your power of choice wisely. So let's take a moment to observe your judgment in this particular scenario. You ask one of your good friends for help with a financial situation you are currently in. And you see, this good friend of yours is well off and has the means to help you out of this financial situation. So here's your financial situation. You see, your situation happened because you purchased an item that you always wanted, and it currently went on sale and you had to have it right now and you had the funds. But those funds that you used were supposed to go towards your mortgage, your rent, and you spent it anyway. Now you tell your friend, this well-off friend, what you did, and you ask for a favor, but this friend decides not to help you. But you were counting on them. You were counting on your friend to come through, and now you're out of options, and your mortgage, your rent is due. How would you feel? What judgment, what opinions would you have formed about this friend now? Are they still a good friend? Do you think the friend was wrong for not helping you out of this situation when they had the means to? But where's your accountability? Do you feel you were irresponsible when you were using your power of choice by purchasing the item instead of holding on to the funds that was supposed to go towards your mortgage, to your rent? Why? Why not? Now, what would you do differently when using your power of choice to be responsible and to stay in integrity? Now, think about this. Let me pose this to you. What if the reason why your well-off friend didn't help you is due to them having a medical emergency, but this friend wasn't ready to speak about it? The news was new. They're still in shock. How would you feel now? Would that situation change your judgment, your opinion that you formed about them? And if so, why? Now, what if the key to transforming how you judge lies in understanding your shame and blame, which strips your power of choice? And especially in a world that is changing so drastically faster than what your nervous system can handle in order to make that wise choice, it leaves you making choices that are powerless and with lack of integrity. Now, did you know that you can reclaim your power? That you can redefine your integrity by learning 9 principles that effectively and intelligently help you to use your power of choice wisely. You see, these 9 principles, they help you to navigate the complexity of judgment and the challenges that you face when you are irresponsible, that lead you to having to make those hard and tough decisions in your life. And these principles, they help you to reclaim back your power of choice. They help you to resonate with your true self and to stay fully aligned to your personal vision, your personal mission, and your values, so that you can always be the reigning leader in your life with unwavering integrity. And you see, when you are using your natural gifts and talents and skills, you are using them to their fullest capacity to help you make wise choices so that you can create the life that you desire. So stop avoiding, stop ignoring your responsibilities. Stop the blame and shame. Stop depleting your energy. Start reclaiming your intuitive power and be responsible for what is going on in your life, and do it with integrity. So join me and others in my upcoming session for my 9-week mentorship program called The Time for You, to learn these 9 principles, to start taking responsibility, to start living your life with integrity. So to learn more about how you can enroll, you can either scan the QR code or you can check out the details in the description box. So now let's start reflecting by becoming a conscious observer to understand how you are using this shadow energy. So grab your journal, a piece of paper, and something to write with, and let's get started. So ask yourself these series of questions. Who, what, or how are you judging to avoid responsibility? What is the judgment and why? What flaws have you associated with this judgment and why? What responsibilities are you ignoring and why? And how has ignoring these responsibilities make you feel that you have to blame others because you are not following your own intuitive insight? Now, what would you have to do when you are using your power of choice to accept that by not following your intuitive insight is what is causing you to not see and accept the truth about how you are being irresponsible, how you are lacking integrity? And last, how can you use your power of choice wisely to understand what boundaries you need to put in place to ensure that you are using your intuitive insight to guide you? So during this reflection, take your time. Take your time to figure out what is causing you to be judgmental by becoming a conscious observer, and start observing what immature emotional shadow state you are in and what their patterns are when you are using your power of choice. So think about, are you making decisions and are you taking actions from an immature emotional state that causes you to feel that you are inferior, that you are below someone? Or are you doing it from a place of superiority where you feel you are above everyone? And if so, which one, why, and what is the pattern that shows up? And what choices would you have to make to start seeing the truth about your emotional shadow state to ensure that your mind, that your body, and your spirit has the boundaries it requires to use your intuition and to be responsible with integrity? So be open to different ways to develop your power of choice on what your intuitive insight, what responsibility and integrity looks and feels like in your mind, in your body, and in your spirit. Now, always remember that whatever you choose, you see it's your power of choice. So use it wisely and never forget to stand in your power. And if you are interested in these journal prompts, then grab the workbook on our website for a small cover charge. The link is in the description box. And don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe to receive these energetic choices. And I look forward to seeing you in our next video.